Hello guys and welcome to my video review of the ADJ FocusBot 2. This is part of the ADJ FocusBot series of budget moving head fixtures. In the last video we took a look at the FocusBot 1 and this is the next step up. More features, more output, this is the FocusBot 2. So let's jump straight in and take a look at the hardware. The design is very similar to the FocusBot 1, only larger. We have a mostly plastic construction with a metal base and the unit feels really solid. Again we have the same uncomfortable plastic handles as the Spot 1 and this unit is slightly heavier, coming in at 7.3 kilograms. When it comes to rigging, you have an included bracket which screws into the base of the unit with bolts. Not as quick and easy as a quick release bracket, however it's understandable with the base of the unit having such a small footprint. On the front we have a digital display with full menu system to control the unit. Surrounding that we have a series of LED indicators so you can visually see what mode the fixture is in, whether it's the master or the slave or if it's running in sound active mode. On the back we have our connections, DMX in and out over 3-pin and PowerCon connections for PowerCon in and PowerLink out. Again, it's really nice to see a PowerCon connection included on these units. A much more robust connector than REC, and it has the advantage that it's locking so it's not going to accidentally disconnect. When it comes to the LED source inside this guy, we have a big step up from the Spot 1. This unit has a 75 watt cool white LED. Compare that to the Spot 1 which only has a 35 watt LED. What that means is you get a much brighter output. Beams appear more solid in the air and your gobos will shoot much further. It makes the FocusBot 2 more suitable for larger venues. Also inside the head you'll find a colour wheel with 8 separate colours plus white. And alongside that is a gobo wheel featuring 6 rotating and indexable gobos. Really nice to see rotating gobos in such a small unit. And if you want to change any of those gobos, it's really simple. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver. Simply undo the single screw on the top of the unit and the entire head hinges open to allow easy access to the gobo wheel. Using the Easy Gobo locking system, you can just pull out the gobo and replace it with another. Then simply close up the head, do up the single Phillips screw and you're ready to go. Being part of the Focus series means it has a motorized focus, which is great because it means you can make sure your gobos are always nice and sharp. Control it either through the digital display or via DMX. However, my favourite feature inside this fixture is the 6-facet circular prism. It allows you to create some really nice aerial effects and spread your beam angle to create a wide gobo cover. Now unfortunately the prism inside this unit doesn't rotate. So if you want to have that spinning aerial look, you need to rotate the gobo rather than the prism. One thing that's really impressed me with this unit is the speed of the strobe. Because it's not using a mechanical shutter and instead is dimming the LED source itself, you can get a very fast strobe out of this unit. Impressively fast compared to a fixture using a discharge lamp. When it comes to the beam angle of this fixture, you actually have a variable zoom control. It is manual, controlled through a dial on the top of the fixture, but it allows you to change the beam angle from 15 to 20 degrees. However, that's a really narrow zoom window, only 5 degrees of difference, which begs the question, is it actually necessary to have zoom control at all? If possible, I'd really like to have seen them increase that zoom range to make it a lot more versatile. Now also on top of the head we have a second front lens. Same as the FocusBot 1, we have an included 3 watt UV LED to give an ultraviolet wash out the front of the light. Though it would have been nice to see a brightness increase of that UV LED compared to the FocusBot 1. Both the FocusBot 1 and FocusBot 2 have the same 3 watt UV LED, which isn't especially bright, especially when you're working in much larger venues. Speaking of watts, the power consumption on this unit is really impressive. The whole fixture draws only 108 watts, and that means you could daisy chain up to 26 FocusBot 2s together on a single 13 amp 240 volt power supply, which is very impressive. But that's enough specs and numbers for now. Let's take a look at what this unit can really do in the dark.
And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again. See you again.
Overall, I really like the FocusBot 2. I find it gets that perfect balance between price and features. It's a very nice size and produces a surprisingly bright output, and the addition of a 6-facet prism makes it a much more versatile unit. The manual zoom control is a nice addition, however the fact it's such a narrow zoom range means it doesn't actually have that much use. And again, it will be nice to see a brightness increase on that UV LED, because being only 3 watts of power, it's not very effective, especially when compared to the 70 watt output of the main LED engine. Overall, I think the FocusBot 2 hits the sweet spot in terms of a budget moving head. It's got nice features inside and it's great to have that prism, but it hasn't got too many bells and whistles that it makes it much more expensive. It still comes in at a very reasonable price. Speaking of price, at the time of recording this video, a FocusBot 2 costs around £550, which I think is very impressive considering what you get for your money. A very compact 70 watt LED moving head with colour wheel, rotating gobo wheel, prism and motorised focus. If you're looking for a budget moving head that's a step up from something like a pocket spot, this is the go-to fixture. So if you want to see how the FocusBot 2 compares to the FocusBot 1 and its bigger brother, the FocusBot 3Z, check out my other video I did where I compared all the lights together and showed you all the differences and similarities between the different units. You can watch that video at the link in the description down below. But that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.